So good morning, February 18, 2016. This is CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology. Tonight, today is day number 8 in week number 4 after the Chinese New Year's holiday. Welcome back and good morning. This is Thursday. If you were here on Monday, you should have read the teacher's message on week number 4, where we introduced to you what you're supposed to do by the end of this week. In other words, you have your first assignment due by this weekend. So if you look at the submission link immediately after week number 4, you know that you have 6 items to submit before the end of this weekend. The deadline is the 20th, means Saturday, but if you look at the submission link, it's extensible to the 21st. That means by 11:55 Sunday evening, you still can submit things. And actually, you still can submit things after the deadline, but there will be an indication that you're late. All right? Now, we have not talked about any penalty for late, but the most important thing is you need to understand, you need to get ready. This is the personal work journal. This is the peer work, which is learning partner. You just copy and paste from the peer discussion forum. This is the report. One topic from you, one topic from your peer partner, and you put the two reports together as one. Trying to follow the report point guideline. And this is the blog, very important because this is distillations of what you did in the previous 3 items, and then what you want to do next is a proposal. Remember, this is individual, not pair, all right? And then at least 1 meeting minute between you and your learning partner in this past week or any week before. So you have 6 items to prepare, and if you read the teacher's message for week number 4, you know the guidelines, you know the rubrics used to evaluate your work, and you also know the time required to get it done. So at the end of your submissions, this questionnaire will be open on this weekend, extensible to next Monday. So please finish this questionnaire. Very important. It's called an intermediate questionnaire for the first learning contract. And if you want to know the samples of work done by students in the previous semester for those 6 items, just come to this book and you look at the samples here. Okay? Well, remember, the specific links here are used to help you to get your work done, particularly the pair online discussion forum is a forum for the 2 of you in your pair, or there is 1 pair with 3 students. So make the best use of those important tools. Now we want to review what we got through in the first day number 7 of this week. You can come to the YouTube video and watch what happened, okay? And if you are not sure, what you need to do is 2016FEB18, okay? So that is for day number 7. Okay, now kindly allow me to remind you what we did in this week, particularly day number 7. We helped you to understand that this is the last week for learning contract number 1, and also the very last week in which we are going to use IBL as the theme. Study next week, we're going to use SRL, self-regulated learning. So IBL is based on a very important context of questioning into something. Okay, questioning into something in the specific assignment for learning contract number 1, we invite you to learn how to question into something by following a very simple pattern of thinking called the OIA thinking: observations, interpretations, and applications. But believe this, OIA, the essential skill that you need to get used to is what we call information literacy or information's competency, so being able to do something. Now, this past Monday, we introduced to you the idea of what is meant by information literacy by helping you to start with this simple video, which is given by a very sweet lady based on the research done by ACLA, something like this. Okay, these help yourself by familiarizing yourself with the steps here. We have the need for information. We need to access certain information But with so much information at hand, we need to evaluate what is most relevant for our purpose. And so we select, and then finally we use the information. But we do not just use the information, we have to credit the sources of the information. That's why need, access, evaluate, use, and ethics. Ethics means make sure you do not steal someone else's information. You cite the source to give credit. So the ideas of need, access, evaluate, use, and ethics forms the foundations of your understanding of IL, information literacy. Then we introduce to you a process approach to doing information literacy through the keyword discover. Discover means D for define, I for inquire, S for search, C for collect, O for organize, V for verify, E for express, and R for reflect. So the discovery process to do information literacy is so much exemplified by the 6 important items or artifacts you need to submit by the end of this weekend. You really have to go through those steps with the overall frameworks of you have the need for information, you need to access certain informations, you need to evaluate them, you need to use them, and you need to credit the sources. Okay, with that in mind, we introduce to you the meaning of your assignment, but we also allowed you to understand the nature of your assignment by helping you to understand what you're going to do. Could be something very meaningful if you do not just take it as an assignment. So I introduced to you the meaning of research assignment with the professors over there, using information literacy as the underlying field. Now that you know that what you have to submit by the end of this weekend, it's something you can consider as a research assignment, something much more meaningful than an assignment which the teacher has clearly asked you to submit a number of artifacts. So today, we're going to continue with that by asking you this. Now you know what you have to do, and you have to do it in your learning partner. What I want. Do you know what you want? Based on the topic you choose, how do I find what I need? Today, I'm going to help you understand the meaning of open and closed web. To find information, open means the intellect, closed means knowledge. In university, we have a library. In the library, we have a number of very excellent resources. And so within the library, we have a lot of very authoritative databases. So today, the first lesson is I'm going to introduce to you this very important resource, and then we invite you to go into our university library to look up something that is related to your topic of interest. So let's get started with that. It's module number 2.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn the difference between search engines and databases, how to develop a search strategy for your research paper or project, how to access databases using the library website, and how to use database tools to refine and focus your search. Ready? Let's get started. Search engines are open web-based search tools such as Google, Yahoo, or Bing that help you locate information available on the World Wide Web. You're probably very familiar with those. Databases use the internet to search for information too, but use a restricted part of the web to store information that is off limits to search engines like Google. This portion of the web is sometimes referred to as the closed or dark web, where search engines troll the free and open web where anyone can post anything. Databases search a much more controlled environment of information that has been checked for validity and reliability, what we call authoritative sources. The authority of the sources you use to support your research paper or project is crucial. If you think of your project or paper as building a house, your sources are its foundation. If your foundation is strong, the house is solid. If your foundation is weak, your house may collapse. Before we jump in on databases, let's do a bit more preparation. Another difference between databases and search engines is how you communicate with them. where Google can gobble up whole sentences of natural language queries. Databases relate better to what we call keywords, the essential terms and what you're searching for. When first dealing with databases, this is maybe the most challenging difference from a search engine like Google. But here's the upside. As you get a handle on databases, you will find that using keywords is one of the tools you can use to give you much more relevant and focused results. Think about it. When was the last time a Google search returned less than a gazillion results? Our natural language Google search on cyberbullying, for example, returned 539,000 results. Yeah, that's right. Fast track to information overload and, well, let's just say you got to get it real early to go through that many results. Let's look at our topic question. What steps are being taken to prevent cyberbullying in social media? All right, let's break this down. Good. Now let's take these keywords and plug them into a database to see what happens. Let's start with a reference database. If your professor says, no Wikipedia for your research project, not to worry. Your library's got you covered. So let's take a look at Credo Reference, a good reference database accessible from the library website, which you can reach from the Mercy College homepage, mercy.edu, then mouse over academics, scroll down to libraries, and that will take you to the library homepage. Then scroll down to the research column there in the center. Select Find Articles by Subject. This is a listing that's going to give you all of the databases by subject or your major. It helps you find which databases have strengths in a particular field. It also, off to the left, lists our most popular, our heavy hitters, which includes Credo Reference, the big reference database. So, let's take a look to see how our keywords may fare in a database like this. So, we click on Advanced Search, which is going to give us a few more options, and we put in cyberbullying up top, because that's our main keyword. Then in an exact phrase, we can enter 2 words or more, and you see there's social media, but also there's social media or social networking, which is actually something that might give us a few more options on the return. So let's go with that, see what happens. Click search, and not an overwhelming number of results, but we did get 9. And as you see there, we have cyberbullying, we have cyber internet offenses, cyber stalking. That looks interesting. And then scrolling back up here, off to the left, just to point out briefly, you'll see how the database tries to focus these articles into a way that makes them easier for you to determine what you want. Let's click on cyberbullying just to see what it gives us there, and you see it gives us a little sort of introduction to the article. If that looks interesting, you can click on the link to give you the complete text. Over on the right side, right here, you'll see a number of little tools that are with every article. It will give you an email option, a PDF option, a save option, a share option. Down at the bottom, these are the citation styles that you can choose. You see you have an option of APA, MLA. So Credo will also fix you up that way as well. Credo Reference has given us a good start. Now let's check out one more database for a wider range of information sources. All right, now let's look at another database, a general purpose database, again accessible through the Mercy College homepage, mouse over academics, down to libraries. Then in the center column there, look for the second link to find articles by subject. Then the general listing off to the top left there. You see where we chose Credo last time. Now we're going to look at ProQuest All Collections. This is a database, actually it's 16 databases in one, and can be a nice one-stop shop for your article search. As you see, we have our keywords laid out there and ready to go. We have cyberbullying up top. We have social media or social networking, as we used before. This time, we have it in place within quotation marks, which will tell the database only bring back those words exactly as they appear within the quotations. I'm going to click on the full text, which will give us just that, and I'm going to leave everything else off. Click search. Let's see what happens. Well, 2,420 results, more than the 9 that Credo gave us, but less than the 569,000 that Google gave us. Also, you'll note over here on the right that ProQuest will bring back a number of different types of articles. And you see there are magazines, there are 118 magazines. I think I want to go there. I want to see what we have on these keywords in magazines that ProQuest found for us. So just scrolling down, looking for titles that may be interesting. And you see the keywords are highlighted there. Look at number 6. How to stop the bullies. Yes. Click on the title. It will bring you to the abstract page. The abstract is a summary of the article, which can be helpful. If that looks promising, then you can kind of scan the article there. You see there's the full text, and you can see where the highlighted keywords show up. If you prefer the PDF version, which will look more like a photocopy of the original, that's also available. And you see it has email, print, and the handy cite option. Click on that, and yes, ProQuest will cite that article in the style of choice. There's APA, there's MLA, whatever you want, you just tell it, it does it. You can also email yourself the article, which also offers you the opportunity to include at the bottom the citation in any particular style that you want. So, ProQuest will do this with every article. It's a very useful, very user-friendly database, and along with Credo, may be all you need for your project. If you find you need more help, check the supplementary sources available in Blackboard, or ask a Mercy College librarian for help.
So here we go. It's a very excellent, let's do a review.
Okay, here's what we've covered in this module. We've learned about the basic differences between search engines and databases. We developed keywords from our topic question to focus our database search. We accessed and searched 2 databases through the library website to locate valid, authoritative outside sources for your research project. And we learned that additional information is available through the module companion site, available through your Blackboard course, or asking a Mercy College librarian. In our next module, we'll learn about how to credit your outside sources and how to avoid plagiarism, which is a big dark hole you definitely don't want to fall into. Thanks for watching.
Okay, now let's get a little bit of the practice of the prose web using the resources that's in our library. So everyone, would you please sit with your learning partner and use the mobile devices to follow some simple instructions. Are you with your learning partner already? Okay, I assume you are. But where's your learning partner? Not here. Okay, so maybe you can sit together with on a table and do something together. Now let's go to visit the University of Macau Library. Okay, let's come here to go to UM Home, and then right here we go to the University Library. So here it's the University Library's webpage, an excellent source of information. All right, so everybody would please come to this library page first. Okay, now assuming you got your topic selected. Okay, I do not know what your topic is, but you can use your topic's keyword. Remember, we love to use keyword now as a courseware because we're going to use the databases provided at the University of Macau Library. So at this point, you can try to see we have a number of links at the top of the library webpage. Okay, it's not the Mercy Library College. It's not the Mercy College Library. All right. So this is the University of Macau Library. So let's try to look up databases because we're interested in databases subscribed by the library for our research purposes. We need to find information So if we go to informations, this is the informations where you don't see anything on databases. So we come to resources. When we come to resources, we got, a number of things. Look at that. We have research tools, okay? We have some electronic resources, exactly. And under the electronic resources, we have databases. This is what we need. With each of those, for Research Pro, we select things like resources, try databases. Now we're looking for databases, remember, in the video we just watched. The instructor there helped us to find something using the databases subscribed by their library. So let's try to use our databases. Let's go to databases, okay? And now we're at the databases of the University of Macau Library. Wow, we have so many different things. Remember, the two databases demonstrated by the Mercy College Librarian, okay? The first is the Cradle reference, okay? But we do not have any Cradle reference here. If you don't trust me, you can just try to see by going to C, okay? If you go to C here, and you can see we have a database with named Cradle. We do have Cambridge Book of Night, so we have something like this. Okay, news and catalyst, Celtic data, and do we have CREDO? Okay, you can just scroll down and check it. Okay, I hope we do. As far as I understand, we don't. Okay. No, it's already passed. Okay, we do not have any Cradle databases. So, what's the name of the other database that's demonstrated by the video? It's called the ProQuest. ProQuest General Database is basically a collection of 1,600 databases. So we start with P, ProQuest, P. Okay, do we have ProQuest? Wow, great. ProQuest Family Health, ProQuest Political Science, ProQuest Sociology, and, well, at least we got 3. All right? So the name, the keyword used by the librarian in the video used the idea of cyberbullying. Okay, let's say that we use a database which is going to give us something closer to cyberbullying. I would consider that not in the area of family health, not in the area of political science, but mostly in sociology. So let's go to sociology. Okay, subject guideline is a lot. So can we type something here because it's a ProQuest Sociology database? Actually, a lot more with it. So may I just type cyber bullying here? It's a keyword, right? So I do not know what kind of resources we have in the library, but we can try because that's the way to search for something. So after typing cyberbullying, what do I get? Okay, let's see a number of responses. Okay. With the keyword cyberbullying, first of all, it is called individual and contextual predictors of cyberbullying that influence children's pro-victim attitudes and teachers' ability to intervene. So basically it's an article. Okay, it's an article, we can read the full article here, we can read the abstracts here, we can do the preview there, we can also find some citations there. Look at that, this is the citations. Okay, how do we cite this? And if I would like to email this resources, because page device now, I click email. I just want to print it out, I click print. Okay, so what do I do if I want to sign it? When I click on sign, it will ask me to please select one or more item. Oh, because I can't select any. So here we are. Let me just select this one, and if I say sign, so that is the proper citations of this source. Okay, this is what we call normally what we call an APA style. Look at that APA citation style, APA 6 American Psychological Associations, the 6th editions. Now, because in your artifacts to be submitted, particularly in the report, I want you to provide references of your sources, and I also need you to do citation. So this is very useful. Okay, and our citation is based on APA style. So that is what you need. All right, so If you do not want the APA style, you can say I change it to some other style. Let's say, other styles here. Change. Loading. Okay, that's just an APA style here. It's okay. Style guide. So principally speaking, that's how we look at the result. But remember, it's not just one, at least 20 items. Okay, so basically you have more than one sources based on things like this on the keyword cyberbullying. Now, what about your choice? Have you selected a topic on your own? And in the topic you selected, have you come up with a personalized question? If you have already come up with a personalized question, you should pinpoint some keyword from your personalized question. And then you can list some of the references you discover from our library references or not on the internet. Okay? So basically that is one way to look up the information from the related databases in the library. Remember, we have more than one databases in our library. Okay? So that's how we get things excited. Now let's go back to the library. Okay? And here is our library. The resources here. Okay? So subject guides. We might want to go to subject guide too. But are we interested in the database here? Let's go to some trial databases. So this is the extra databases we have subscribed with our libraries, our resources. Okay? So if you do not want to use our library resources, you use the open web. Okay? So basically this is illustrations of how we can open up the space of the search to both the internet and open web, as well as the closed web, which is the databases in the library. Okay. So we're making illustrations here. I hope that you can do some follow-up with your learning partner. May I just give you 5 minutes time, okay, so that you can try a little bit using our library's resources to look up references to your topic. Okay, so that's why you need to sit with your learning partner. Okay, 5 minutes free time for you to explore a little bit. All right, so in the meantime, I'm going to take attendance for the day. Now make sure your question you ask me, or first share that with your learning partner first. Okay. Kathy, are you here today? Candy. Candy, so you're not here yet. Neil, thank you. Annie, thank you. Tishan, Zitchen, you're not here yet, okay. Tom, thank you. Connie, thank you. John, his name is not here today. Luna, thank you. Jerry, thank you. Tammy, thank you. Tammy is here, right? Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, we're doing attendance. Yes, thank you. Francis, oh, he's, I think he's excused. We will be that already. Harden, thank you. Joanna, thank you. Peter, thank you. Rowena, thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Sheena, thank you. Naren is not here today, okay. And Kathy, thank you. Alex, thank you. So Eason, thank you. All right, we got some students, a lot here yet, enjoying the holiday. All right, so let's come back here. And of course, you can also try using the Google to compare the differences, all right, the search engine. And remember, not just Google, maybe you can try .pi, okay? We introduced you on last lessons, okay, .pi. Walk into each one of you to see if you make sure you choose a topic. You use the topic to find some keyword. You get some results based on your search. It's easy. Okay, that's very interesting. So we want to find some information security. So we will have to go through some it's very good. Try a little bit on your own, okay? The most important thing is the two of you in your pair must have your topics already. Okay? You need to select a topic. One topic per member. Okay, that's very important. And based on the topic, you need to pinpoint some keywords. Wow, this is a very good one. How many have taken CISG114? Have you done this course? Have you done this course? It's a very good menu. It's a use. It's helping you how to write in English. It's offered by ERC. Very good. Got some discovery of some literature writing. All right. So I hope that you enjoy the process of looking up things together with your learning partner based on the topics you choose. Now remember, how do you choose the topic? First, you need to select a question. Where do you select a question? Well, we have a reading list for each week based on the 4 reading lists in the first 4 weeks of the semester. We have a number of questions, not more than 9. And each one of you in your pair has to select one question from these 9 questions. But you cannot select the same question as your learning partner. So in your pair, you should have 2 questions. That means 2 topics. But once you got your big question here, you can refine your big question into your personalized questions. That's your freedom to do it, okay? And once you refine the big question into your personalized question, you can pinpoint some keywords, okay? And based on the keywords, you can look up relevant information. That's why in the specific process of showing you the student sample works here, okay? If you have actually read the samples work here, you can see that this student presented journal by choosing this big question from reading list week 1 with a specific source here, but he has his own personalized question with a very simple rendition of for us. Okay? So that is a personalized question based on a big question because you have to make the best use of the freedom that I've given you to personalize your research. Okay, based on a topic of interest that you choose. Okay? So it's a very exciting thing to do. All right. So allow me to share with you a little bit of module number 3, because now you know that what you have to do, it's a kind of research assignment, and on this past Monday, we helped you to look up related information on your research assignment by nailing down what your topic sentence is. That is the personalized question. And then we promised that today we help you to look up what you need to look up based on the topic. Now, suppose you've already looked at the informations. The next thing you need to do, based on information literacy in a nutshell, it's need, access, evaluate, use, and ethics. Ethics means giving your credit. You have to credit your sources, so we need to understand the importance of that.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn about plagiarism, what it is, and how to avoid it, citations and bibliography, using and crediting outside sources in your own text, and the ALA and MLA citation styles. Ready? Let's get started. What is plagiarism? Well, simply put, plagiarism is taking someone else's work and trying to pass it off as your own. Now, back in the day, the lines were more obvious. You took something that wasn't yours, it was stealing.
Do you realize what would happen if I handed them my homework in your handwriting? I'll get kicked out of school.
But in today's mashup culture, where sampling and sharing are commonplace, the lines have become much more blurred. In academic writing, though, using someone else's work without credit is still a no-no. A big no-no. A great, big, honking, ugly no-no. Plagiarism can get you busted in a number of ways, and none of them are good. Failing your paper, failing in class, put on academic probation, even expulsion from college. In short, something to be avoided. As a rule of thumb to stay safe, anything in your paper or project that had any help or support from an outside source, credit the source. Let's take a look at the most common instances of crediting outside sources in your research paper or project that you're likely to come across. For this, let's call upon the fine folks at Purdue University's Online Writing Lab, or OWL. See how it just credited a source there?
That's the next
Okay,
source.
let's look at in-text citations, paraphrasing, summary, and quotations. The word of these acronyms and citation styles, APA and MLA, what do those mean? Well, APA and MLA are two of the most popular citation styles we'll be working with. APA is the style of the American Psychological Association and is used primarily in the sciences. MLA is the style of the Modern Language Association and is used primarily in the arts and humanities. As your academic careers progress and you get further into your majors, you may encounter other more specialized styles, but APA and MLA are the two most common. So let's take a quick look at how the OWL site can help you sort of cut through some of this confusion of how to format certain in-text citations. If you're working in the APA style, as you see, just select APA and then scroll down here and you'll see that the OWL site not only tells you, but it shows you exactly how to lay out your short quotations, your long quotations, your summary or paraphrase. The nice thing about it is that you can just make yours look like this and you'll be fine. Working in MLA instead, not a problem. Just switch over to MLA style, then go to the Formatting and Style Guide, and then to MLA in text citations, and it will show you the same information, but it will give it to you in the MLA style. So again, very, very helpful site. But wait, there's more. In addition to all this citation stuff in the body of your paper or project, there's also the bibliography page that lists alphabetically the complete citations for all of the sources you use in your paper or project. So again, the OWL site is one that can help you through this part of the process. If you're using MLA, the MLA bibliography is called a works cited page. And OWL has an entire works cited page worked up here for you, and it includes books, magazines, newspapers, journal articles, just about anything. DVDs are in there. Anything you can think of is going to be there, and it's all formatted correctly, of course. So it's called works cited. If you're using MLA, just go and make your page look like this. If it's APA you're doing, well, click over to the APA style, and the APA bibliography is called a reference page. As you can see, citing your sources correctly involves a lot of detail and can be more than a bit frustrating. After our quick review, I'll point you to some additional sources of information to help. But first, let's review what we've covered in this module. We learned about plagiarism, what it is, and how to avoid it. We learned about the different styles of citations crediting your sources in the body of your research paper or project. We learned what APA and MLA mean, and what subjects these styles generally apply to. We learned about your bibliography page that lists all of your sources alphabetically at the end of your paper or project. Ooh, that was a lot. Here are some additional sources that can help you with your citations and citation style. In addition to Purdue's OWL site, there are a number of style guide templates available on the open web. One being EasyBib, which is very popular and embedded in a number of databases, including Credo and ProQuest. Do keep in mind that if you use MLA, it's free. If you use APA, you gotta pay. So that is something to keep in mind, for which we recommend the Son of Citation Machine, which is free for both APA and MLA. So you see, you just select the style you want, APA, for example, and then what is it you're citing? Book, a web page, a journal, perhaps? Select that. Type in the information from the citation, and then Son of Citation Machine will set the style for you. Also in MLA as well. If you'd rather just talk to an actual human being, come on down to the library at any time and talk to a Mercy reference library. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
So here we go. You have actually walked through the three modules, okay? Three modules of basic usage of information literacy. Well, we'll hold you responsible for understanding this very great tutorial here. But here we go, we got back to our interest here. So, day number 8, we walked you through, based on Monday's work, how to start your research assignment. You need to choose a topic, okay? You must exercise your descriptions to choose a topic. And after you've chosen a topic, you need to do some research on what the topic is all about. And that is what you need to do in the context of observations, interpretations, and applications. And then we need to look up the working references, okay? Well, based on what we've introduced to you in the second module. At the end, make sure you do not steal someone else's informations or access intellectual property without citing the sources. And in the context of our purpose, we would like you to use APA style, American Psychological Association citation style, as well as the references. How do you do that? Well, these particular video have given you 2 excellent resources. First, we need to go to Purdue University's OWL, or Non-Writing Lab, where they have excellent engines free of charge services to demonstrate to you how you can write your source in the context of APA or MLA, but for our purposes, it's APA. And the second one is, if you have your own source, you do not know how to express it in APA, you can go to the Son of Citation engine, which is again is free of charge, which you just enter the data there, and they will structure the citation file for you, and then you can just take it from there. Okay? So it's very important that towards the end of your work, you need to know how to document the work in the context of references and citations. What do we mean by citations? When you write a report, when you know that this idea comes from a particular source, you have to cite the source immediately after you wrote the idea in the context of APA citations guide. Well, very simple, everything within parentheses. All right, so over there, you got some ideas of what to do. Now I would like you to take a moment to go to, for example, let's see if we can get this. All right, here we go. Purdue OWL, that's the Purdue University's online writing lab. Explore it on your own. What can you learn from this excellent site? Okay, spend some time, do some basic understanding of this particular excellent source. Minutes ago, I picked up these wonderful textbooks produced by the English Language Center at our university. They contain very good instructions on how you can structure your sources, but it's still getting documented. You can come here and look up the resources from this wonderful site. Okay? And then another one is what we call the Sum of Citations engine. I think it's Sum of Citations machines. Yes, I think this one is it's citation machines. Yeah, right here. As you can see that they also give you a YouTube video on that. 11 minutes.
Hi, this is David, your host. And today we're going to be talking about a very tough nut to crack, and that is reference citation. Now, when it comes to reference citations, you have basically three options. Option number one is pull out the handbooks, ABA, MLA, Chicago Turabian, Harvard, Roosevelt. You'll have one, don't worry. Now, when you get one of these handbooks, be sure to look through and choose the right citation from among the 200 or 300 different citation formats and variations, and do a good job of picking those out, and it'll be okay. Oh, and don't forget the exception, okay? Now, your second method would be to, hey, Google, why not? Go to Google, type in APA reference citation, let's see, website is no longer. That should be everything, right? What's the other results we get? 250,000. Well, hey, just do the first couple of things. And remember that each website is going to use different examples, and some websites might contradict each other. Third option. Aha, citation machine. That's right. There's a machine where you can put in the information that you got in the library. The citation machine does the algorithm and spits out a citation for you. Now, that's kind of like the difference between counting on your fingers in a math exam and using a Texas Instruments T2000 hockey calculator. But, like in hockey calculator, you only get a correct answer if you put in the correct information. But we're not correct. But I do guarantee you that the citation machine will more often than not get you much closer than the handbook and the Now, which citation machine should you? There are a lot of good ones out there, but there's only one that gives you both the reference citation and the intent. And that machine is the citation machine. And that's what this video is all about.
This is a brief tutorial on the Son of Citation Machine, sometimes called simply Citation Machine. Its URL is citationmachine.net. It is the first and most widely used citation machine on the internet. Here's how to use it for APA citations. Step 1. In the Choose Your Style section, select APA. Next, choose the type of source that you're using. All types are self-explanatory except making the difference between a magazine and a journal. A magazine is usually sold on newsstands and contains consumer advertising. However, a journal does not contain consumer advertising and is written by experts whose submissions are reviewed by experts in a process called peer review. A magazine's articles are written by staff writers and rarely reviewed by outside experts. If you need more explanation, Citation Machine provides a quick definition of each in the boxes below. Okay, let's choose journal, since this is the type of publication your professors most often recommend that you use. Now, you choose between autofill mode and manual mode. I've never had much luck with autofill mode. So for this exercise, please select manual mode. And on the next page, you literally fill in the blanks. Here are a few hints. Contributor type. Look at the information found about your article in the library. Unless the information says contributor, editor, compiler, or translator, assume that the names you see are author names. In our case, you see that Michael Jones is clearly labeled author. Simply type in author names, first and last. If there's more than one author, click on the +1 author tool to add authors. For this article, we have only one, Michael Jones. Next, the article's title. In APA, when citing an article, you capitalize the title like it is a sentence. In other words, capitalize only the first word of the title and any proper noun in APA. Therefore, we would capitalize P for prison, but lowercase for crowd. Then capital T for D, since D is the first word after a colon, which indicates a second title called a subtitle. Then we would use lowercase for the rest of the words, including judge and social worker, which are common nouns. Note that although the title is in all caps in the library record, those all caps are for the library's formatting, not APA. For APA, capitalize the title like a sentence, no matter how you see it printed anywhere else. Okay, journal title. Since this is the title of a publication, all words are capitalized except prepositions and articles. So we would capitalize Widener, law, and journal. Volume number is indicated by the abbreviation VOL period in the library record. In this case, the volume number is 18. Do not use the abbreviation VOL in citation machine, only the number. The issue number usually has the word issue in front of it. In this case, we have access issue number 2. Page numbers should be all-inclusive for the reference citation. Type in page numbers without a P or PP and separate the number only by a hyphen with no spaces on either side of the hyphen. DOI stands for Digital Object Identifier. It's like a card catalog number for articles. DOIs are relatively new and not all journals have them yet. Magazines and newspapers never had DOIs. As you can see, Widener Law Journal, although our peer-reviewed journal, does not have a DOI. So, leave that data field blank. Origin. It's very important to remember that you are an online student. And if you're using your school's library, you're accessing these articles via an online database. So choose database as the origin. Only if you are out on the World Wide Web and not in a library would you actually select when as the origin?
For the next item, you have to make a choice. If you do not have a DOI, your next choice would be to provide the homepage URL of the journal that published the article. For example, here is the homepage URL of the Wider Law Journal. If there is no DOI and no homepage URL of the publishing journal, you can then provide the database URL of the article you have found, or the name of the database.
The publication date refers to when the article was published. Looking at our library results page, we find only a year, which is common for journals. Therefore, we leave the month and date fields blank. Date access refers to the date you actually went online and found the article. So, if today is 2015, March 10, that's what you select and type in. Now let's click on Make Citation. The first citation you see is the reference citation, or the full citation. It's the one that goes in alphabetical order from the last page of your paper. You must copy and paste this citation now. Citation Machine does not store any data. So, either manually highlight and use your computer's copy command, or use the copy command in the bottom right of the box you see on this page. Paste this citation onto a Word document labeled References at the top center. The citation will copy in as Times New Roman 12 point. Perfect. That is exactly what APA calls for. But you must also make this citation double-spaced and use a hanging indentation. Do this now before you forget to. Back on Citation Machine, next click on Parenthetical. This is how you get the in-text citation. All in-text citations in APA have the same info. Author, year of publication, and page number if you have one, paragraph number if you don't. If there is no author listed for a source, use that source's title. So, on this page, click the items you want included in your in-text citation. Fill in any blank just as you did for the reference citation. You will fill in 2009 and the page or page numbers depending on what was cited. For example, if the in-text citation refers to a quotation, you would only put the page number or number the quote appears on. Clicking in the gray box makes the items appear in the in-text citation. Now, follow the same copy and paste procedure as before, except this time, the in-text citation goes in the sentence that contains the source information. And remember, the sentence period always goes after the citation. Congratulations, you're now a certified user of Sonnet Citation Machine.
You got that? It's a big help, right? So, whenever you need help to sign something, come to the Sonnet Citations Machine. It's going to be very useful, right? Then it's, we got this from this particular video. I'm going to make sure you got access to this video in our Twitter website, all right? So may I invite you in this forum, we still have about 10 minutes left. Make sure you have good conversations with your learning partner to discuss what you're going to do to get your assignment done. Your objective now is to make sure you got something to submit before the end of this weekend, all right? Put things together, okay? Push to you, your conversations tonight. Let me just make sure you got this. Help yourself. of course, if you have any other question, you can come and ask me, and raise your hand and come to your desk. Okay, so you got the sum of citations sheets here. It's a very useful video that helps you review, because my experience tells many students who do have difficulty to cite the source after you discover it somewhere in the web. All right, so it's very useful. Okay, let's see. There we go. That's the sign we're talking about. Now it's not this side. It's very useful. It's yes. Thank you. How can I do for you? Yes, sure. The lens. So first of all, we go to the case first. Right? Back to the other side. In week number 3 or in week number 4, this will be a discussion. So we need to engage one another by creating a discussion topic, which is this question. The sheet population of the German okay? German is going to set up a similar question, okay? And then invite you to sheet. So I'll just clear one discussion. I should be able to see 2 discussions. One for you, outline German, one for German, outline yes. And then often these your questions let's say your question. And one is going to be her question. It's a copy and paste into Microsoft Word document and submit to Microsoft. No, you need to submit your part. Identify something her part, but you also need to do the same source. Because as I said, there's only 2 discussion threads. Okay, and then each one must have interactions. Okay, that's the point. Right, that's the big topic, and then you can go from the big topic into personalized. That's very okay. Let's share. Oh, it's very simple. Okay, this is how I suppose you can write in Microsoft versions of the discussion, which is done by copy and paste. And what you need to do next is to solve it this way. Now, how are you going to prepare a show here with this way? And on this way, you know, check it out. So we need to have 2 discussion topics here, one for you, another for the company. And number 2, how we're going to talk about defensive discussions on these approach topics. And also, these is going to have to finish your discussion topic by going to your discussion topic about by doing my exchange. At the end of that, you copy your questions in detail. There is the 2 and he is going to copy these portions of the discussion topic. And you have to submit in the form of Microsoft your question topic. Okay? Very simple. Got it. Questions? It's okay. If you have questions, you can ask me now, or you can ask me through the documents Q&A online. Okay? And I think it's not going to be difficult, but you need to get used to the format. All right? So I think time is up. It's already 12:48. It's time for you to go, and I'm looking forward to receiving your artifacts by the end of this weekend. Okay? See you back here next Monday. So that's it for today's CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology, and 9th day numbering into week number 4. Until next week, stay tuned.